All right. Hello. Looks like we got most of the crew right now. Hello, hello. Firing up a little late, but people are here. So, yeah, hello. Hope y'all's having a good old day, Roni. Um, we're gonna speed start up here because we're already kind of late. So I'm gonna round them up, and instead of doing the usual wind up, let me actually first make sure the server is not in crisploration mode. Making sure it's not exploding. We'll see what happens. Okay, oh, I still have the flashes. Alright, that means I gotta do this other thing. Banana, boop, 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 boop. Just getting everything fired up. Um, okay, that worked. Let me make sure you guys can see what's going on. Let me make sure you guys are not going to be left in the void. Make sure the server doesn't crash doing this. Okay, cool. So that works. Server didn't crash. Flashing is not a thing. Okay. Boop. Let's get you switched over. Boop. All right. Who can recall what happened last time?
Um, well,
You go, girl.
wouldn't it be funny if I told you that we left or we were still in the home of the illustrious Mirabelle?
What the heck?
A
Hold that thought. I cannot
hmm?
hear anything, which means Windows did some 1 sec. What? Can somebody else say something? I couldn't hear Nevar at
Hi.
all.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, hello, hello. If you need me to
Hi.
put on my headphones, I'm known to be a little too quiet.
No,
This
we can
might
hear
be
you.
a
I can hear you.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you.
I fixed it.
Can you hear us? Okay. Good deal. All right, Niavara, or should I say Inanna?
the illustrious Anana Yule had been in the home of the I forget the fancy word for spring Eladrin. Mirabelle. Last name I forget. She had been talking us through her amazing collection of vampire novels, specifically speaking, the collection of Tadsterian. You know, I hear there's a new one coming out. Yuck, yuck. But she did, in fact, tell me that there was not only there were two books that she could not find and had entrusted Inanna with locating. And Anna's fine with doing stuff like that. She loves random side quests like that. You know what it does? It builds connections.
That's right.
They leave the home of Mirabelle after thanking her for her time, her information, or lack thereof, really, because she couldn't really even point in the direction of either. How the fuck do we narrow down whatever Faye worked with Vel to get him out of the Underdark the second time? Who knows?
But she made great pies.
She made great pies and held up fun conversation. She couldn't find either of the things that Inanna really wanted to know. Annoying, but we move on. We move past these problems.
Yeah.
Zedrin wants to go rob somewhere. Let's put no two screws about it. Zedrin want money. And Anna is fine without money. She's mostly taking all this information down because she's used to having to make quick escapes. The rest of the party goes back, forth, like, okay, hey everyone, what about this whole thing called Kronossus? I heard that we kind of needed to go there. Big thoughts. Who would guess? We all sort of meander our way, thinking like, okay, do we want to go to the inn first to establish a location? Do we want to go to the library? Zedrin brings up that he and Kozak failed to get inside of a bar discreetly. Not as much as a bar, so much as a gambling hall. They were refused at the door. And Anna pointed out in Thieves' Cant, okay, why don't you just leave your bird there to get the password off someone else? And then Zedrin took the idea in common and said, hey guys, I'm going to leave my bird there. Tisk, tisk. I had to leave because my dog was getting into things downstairs because my parents were not home to handle them. So, 'twas just me and the dogs. And unfortunately, that means I don't remember what happened after we were deciding if we were going to the inn or the library.
We went to
The
the
inn.
inn.
Would either
We
one
went
of you
to
like
the
to fill in
inn.
the rest?
I remember we went to the inn, and at first we got a table, and Zed had quite a fun relationship with the bartender, from whom he ordered our drinks and our meals, and unknowingly ordered extremely expensive whiskey for he and I. And I remember that part. And then I remember he went to go check out our rooms upstairs, but I know something happened, but I can't remember what happened. What's the name of the place we're at? Adventurers Rest.
Yes.
Yes. Does anyone remember what happened when Zed went upstairs?
Hmm.
May not really be here.
Believe he usually talks to his chat.
You what?
Or that.
Yeah, but we've been talking for about half an hour. Hmm. Or he's asleep. Can you recall what happened?
The DM can.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, sometimes you're like, if that's all you can remember, like you're not going to fill in. So,
Sometimes it's teasing us.
what did we converse about?
Rather many of us were getting drunk at the table when I came back.
Oh, and
There he is.
sorry, I had to step away.
That's okay. How you
Oops,
feeling? You
and I
feeling all right?
didn't say any.
No.
You didn't hear any of that.
um,
So
Real.
sorry.
there was I don't know if we ever got their name. I think it
'Cause
was
I was muted.
announced, but there was another noble with an entourage that walked in very uh
Oh shit. Kozik was looking for nobles and this
Kozik's like
entourage walked in.
potential rival. Yeah. But I don't think we were able to, because the tavern and or the inn was kind of starting to fill up at that point, so I don't think we ever really got uh a good eye on them or got to go over and say anything.
I actually kind of remember, vaguely speaking, they turned up their nose at Kozik. I don't remember why. If only Kozik were here to confirm this.
Should be here soon.
I seem to recall his prototypical coming out at least
Yes.
once.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess Zed at this point, because we'd kind of shared almost this moment. I remember Zed was sitting at the table, kind of taking it all in, that we finally made it here, where we've we got to the inn, we have rooms, where it's kind of like you could turn the page a little bit, take a deep breath, and big weight off your shoulders, especially for Zed, because we probably would have been here a lot sooner if he didn't struggle helping Temporalis with the portal. So yeah, he's probably walking back downstairs, and our table, I think, was near the stairs. So we'd kind of lean in as he's sitting down. I scared a halfling and quarter to death up there. I didn't mean to, so if we get in trouble, I promise. I just walk toward him and ask him a question.
What did you do?
Well, I couldn't figure out how to get in the fucking rooms, and the doors were locked, but it's not. There's no lock, so there's nothing to pick. And then all of a sudden, this halfling fellow was going up the stairs. I thought he might work here, so I just approached him and was asking, "Hey, how do I get into my room?" And before I could even finish my sentence, he just kind of looked at me all puzzled, and he swiped this, and he's gonna hold up kind of like the little receipt that we got. Um, he swiped this, and then yeah, the door just opened. So, um,
Oh, it's magical locks. I mean, it
yeah,
sounds
everything
like
here
it.
seems to be a bit magical.
Yeah,
I was gonna get
I
one of
like it.
these for you as well, just so we've got, one for each room.
Oh, great. Thanks.
I think if I recall too, Zed actually had done that. I just remembered.
Yeah,
Yes, I believe everyone had a room
he did the pull a card from behind your ear trick.
That's right.
for
That's
the
right.
kids.
All right.
So yeah, I guess Zed at this point would sit back down and um probably probably sits there for a couple moments and then realizes he doesn't have a drink anymore. He finished them before going to check the rooms. So he'll probably do one of those like um kind of like slap the like table, if you will, or like the armrests on his chair as he stands up. I'm gonna go get myself another drink.
And oh, see, Zed hasn't told anyone else about the bill, has he? Like how
No,
expensive the drink should.
when they set it down, it was like it was folded, kind of.
Uh huh.
Um, it was folded in half, but it was kind of like sitting up, almost like a triangle, if you will.
Uh huh.
And so he saw it on the table, and he grabbed it, uh, and or I guess it maybe it wasn't folded, and he folded it so that no one else could see what it was, but he looked at it and like it's tucked in his pocket, so no one knows how expensive anything was.
Okay.
Uh, Speaking of cubed, one thing I forgot when he when Zed went to go get the card again, did he pay the bill or do we still owe? Because I remember roughly how much
Kind
it
of out
was.
of
Okay,
money too.
Zed's got some pocket change.
80 gold pieces a pop for the whiskey?
Oh, it was like there was like 10 or 15, I think.
I thought it was like 80 or something.
No, it was like
I
all the
remember it was
food
like a
and
crazy amount.
the rooms were 1 gold a piece. All the other food were like a few copper, and then
It
the
was
shots
it was
were like 10 gold a piece or something like that.
10.
So it was like
Well,
it's like
the bottle was 10.
You animals.
Okay, I don't know why I got in my mind it was really expensive. Okay. Well, still, that's pretty expensive
total. It was like, I mean, Zed
considering
was
the
probably
room's
gonna.
only 1 gold, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think Zed was probably gonna just give like 30 gold and cover all sorts of stuff. Oh, I just remembered one thing that I thought of earlier. And it's a good thing that Zed's going to the bar. Perfect.
So that's what you're doing right now, heading for the bar.
Yeah. So he just sat down, and it was kind of one of those things where sits down and is looking around the table, and everyone's got a drink, and he realizes he doesn't, and so he's like, "Oh, okay," and he just kind of almost immediately stands right back up, and
Right.
uh, he'll probably look around, and if anyone else doesn't have a drink, he'll ask if people want a refill or whatnot as he's
Now, did
making
we
those.
buy the whole bottle? Like, do we don't we have the bottle on the table
Yes.
and we're just taking shots? Okay.
Oh, okay, perfect. Then Zed would still head to the bar because he's gonna go to the bar to talk to
Okay.
Scar anyway.
All right. So you head over to the bar, and it's let's see. So you have been drink. So this time of night. Okay. So is this like after? Yeah, because I'm basically trying to get a feel for how long you guys would have been wanting to sit around and drink. So have you guys been like nursing things, or has it been like
Oh, we've been
you went
nursing things.
upstairs and then you came back
Yeah,
down, everybody was done, and it's like in the immediate point after that?
We've been
yeah, I think
nursing
we were
things.
hanging out for a little bit before Zed went upstairs. He went up to go check the rooms just to make sure that, like adequate accommodations, and he was checking to see if there was like windows and alternate exits and stuff like that. And then when he came back down, it wouldn't have been that much time after he checked the rooms, but I'm assuming that we've been here at the table for a while now, just hanging out.
Yeah, like hour and a half, maybe. Hour and a half, depending on how long it took to get our meals.
So I would imagine it's still busy, an hour and a half, because you were aware of
Oh yeah.
the rush while you were, at your table. So you
hmm
kind of
hmm
still an hour would not be enough time for a rush to come and go in
Oh, I
an
pictured it
active
being
tavern.
full.
So
Yeah.
it's still very hopping, very active. Many people, many conversations, many laughs, many beverages, many clinging bottles. Some people passing out, some yelling, some people getting drug out by their boots, unconscious from being inebriated.
This is Zed's type of place.
Hey, thank you for the raid. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate you.
So yeah, he's probably just kind of wading through the
Hey, man.
crowd, um, tapping people just kind of lightly as he's pushing by, just trying not to be rude, and probably making a little bit of small talk and chumming it up with people as he's just snaking on uh his way back to the bar. And he's gonna specifically, I'm assuming that the
Thank you for
bar
the
is
follow.
busy now, way busier than it was before. Um, but he's specifically going to try and have a conversation with Scar, not just a bartender. Um, so that's the plan.
Very squeaky. Um, let's see. We'll do a basic coin flip if he's just so bogged down. So basically, it's going to be essentially, high or low, evens, odds, however you want to do it with whatever dice you want to do.
Okay. Just to see what? Sorry.
Just to see if he'd be available.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll do a D100.
Say low.
Oh, that's 29.
So yeah, you keep you see him going back and forth, making these beverages. Some using and as you watch him, he seems to be very much a showman. Um, Definitely does not mind being the center of attention. Um, but he is also very focused in what he does, and he's very good at what he does because of all the time you've been sitting there waiting, trying to get his attention. There's not been a moment where he has spilled a single drop, that he has made a mistake, and throughout all of it, flourish and um, basically lots of flourishing, lots of hand gestures, lots of um, vibrant body motion, and you just get the feeling that it's all for show. Like you go to the bar, if you get Scar, you're getting a beverage and a show. And he does not fail to disappoint because it's not just fire magic that he uses in his, presentation like you saw the first time. You would see him using ice spells where he would instead of like getting an ice shaker out, he would do some kind of hand gesture and ice cubes would start to form, but they would form in perfectly cut squares, right? And sometimes he'd even do it where they are formed in midair above the beverage, and he like pulls out a knife and cuts them almost like a searing hot knife, but there's no sizzling, there's no burning smell. It's almost like he's parting the seas with this knife as he cuts the ice cubes, and they just gently float into the into the glasses and the beverages, and he'd use some kind of like wind magics to stir the beverages, and he'd like hover his hand um over the beverage and swirl as if he's using a spoon, but instead of anything actually connecting with it, it's just like a tidal wave is forming, and just so on and so forth. Just this level of showmanship to it that you probably haven't really seen in a tavern, let alone, a barkeep, him, the owner of a tavern, being this, you know, show offy.
Yeah, Zed's never seen anything like that before. He's probably at first he went up there specifically to talk to Scar, and then now he's probably just distracted. He's leaned in a little bit, just got a little spot on the bar somewhere, and I'm assuming Scar's just like down the line helping other customers. And Zed's just kind of like staring off at this guy now. Not even really trying to get his attention anymore. He's just watching, just kind of enjoying the show. Um, and he'll eventually look back and maybe kind of scan around just to see if it seems like more people are coming in, or if it seems like it's kind of a steady crowd now.
Steady crowd. That much you can
Cool.
determine just by how many bodies are in here.
So Zed's got something on his mind that he wants to talk to Scar about. Scar's obviously really busy, and there's a lot of people around. There's probably he's thinking to himself, it's probably best not to have this conversation quite yet. Um, so he'll kind of like lean off the bar and kind of push his way back through the crowd to the table. Um,
Hey, Zed, have another drink, mate.
oh, yeah, can you pour me one, please?
Yeah, you've got it.
Remind me, well, we both might forget given this whiskey's so good, but I do need to speak with the barkeep at some point. He's real busy right now, though.
Right, I've been watching him from here. He's amazing. It's just
I
like it's like he's a performer on the stage or something. It's really quite something to watch, eh?
I was sitting up there for a moment and I was watching, and I almost forgot he was making drinks. It's like you said, it's art. I don't even know. I've never seen someone do anything like that. He was
Right?
incorporating all sorts of fire and ice, and but not in the traditional sort of method. I don't know. It's
That's amazing. Well, right. So you want to talk to him, right? I'll try to remember to remind you of that. Give if my if my head stays in the right place.
right, right.
Well, this is some great drink right here.
I guess yeah. As we're having that conversation, I don't know if Sari's pouring us up some or Zed would.
No, I'm
Um,
pouring it up. I poured you up a
I
drink.
Nice. And so yeah, he'll kind of look around the table and notice Vel, who still hasn't eaten, and
All
and
right.
I guess Inanna still with these fish bowls full of margarita,
She's
their
I
large
going for
imagine,
it.
marcas.
I imagine at this point, like, Veldrin has the drink in front of him as well as his book, and he's like leaning very heavily into one hand as he is continuing to attempt to read.
Trying to convince everybody he's not getting drunk, right?
And Anna has been like, savoring the frozen margarita. And she's got like, looking prim and proper, half enjoying the stupid provided the free house chips, the ones that are at like basically every bar, right? The chips and dip, right?
Uh,
She's like enjoying it, and she's like, I don't think Vel realized. I don't think he knew.
don't think he knew what.
Hey Vel, and she's sort of like, elbows him. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right.
That's a lot of margarita mix that you drink there. You okay?
Hmm.
How's the book?
Good.
What kept you guys? By the way, where'd you go, Zed?
Oh, I just was up. I was trying to talk to the barkeep, um, somewhat about our rooms and things like that, but everything's fine. And then I just got distracted watching him make drinks because it's fairly remarkable.
Oh, they have a real talent up there.
Oh, the proprietor, Mr. Scar. He's the one that prepared all of our drinks and well, maybe not food, but um, yeah, he was like floating ice cubes up above the drink, and then he was cutting them in half in midair and having them kind of like just float and nestle down into the drinks. And then
Mhm.
Crazy,
there
right?
was there was one that it was like I don't know what it's called. It's like a hot toddy. And he just held the cup, just held it there for a moment, didn't do anything, and then all of a sudden it started steaming, like he just heated it up with his mind or something. I it's
That's crazy.
And she blinks at him. She picks up the big ass fishbowl, and it looks comical because she's so tiny relative to it. And she takes a very undainty sip before she goes, Zedrin, there's magic in this world. No, it's
I
not
know,
crazy.
I know there's magic, and then there's doing what it's like
I think,
doing
frankly
something else
speaking,
with
it's
it, you know?
crazier if they're able to do the tricks without magic.
See, and I don't know. I would assume it's magic, probably.
Yeah, if they're
And
floating, it's magic.
I'm
See,
picturing as Niavar like grabs this bowl with two hands,
mhm.
and it's full of liquid, but it's probably some of it's missing, and it's still somewhat like translucent. And you know those like magic mirrors, or like the wobbly mirrors that
Uh-huh.
they have in like carnivals and stuff. I'm just kind of picturing that it's distorting her body as she's picking it up with two hands to Zed, and Zed's kind of like sitting back a little bit, and he's glancing over at the shot that Sari is pouring. He's like, "Fuck, that shit is strong."
It's great, right? I'm loving it.
Veldrin is going to lean like Zed, catching on to something silly is happening.
And she's like,
Move
what?
it, raise it a little bit.
She lifts it, obliging.
Head's gonna kind of duck down so that it's now in front of your face, and your head is just like as big as this bowl. And Zed's just gonna start cracking up, and like to the point where he's like hands on his knees.
Veldrin's going to sit up and pick up his own glass and raise it in front of his face and look at Niavara.
Niavara is going to go, I see. Very interesting. Very funny. So when he lowers the glass, though, she's going to have her face purposely smushed in the middle. Like she grabbed both sides and like squished it. You forget. I can do that normally.
I don't think you've been drinking enough yet, Niavara.
Of course not. I'm going to have to deal with you all.
What were you going to call us?
Uh, it's been a good while since we've had a drink. That's lovely.
I can't say, Veldrin. Mom's number one rule: don't drink more than the marks. Gave me good, proper guidance for many years. I guess you guys aren't marks, though, are you?
No, I hope not.
No.
So my name's Zed, or Zedarian.
Not Mark Arian. I forgot. You're not Mark
I'd met him,
Arian.
Mark.
Yeah?
He almost joined our crew, but anyway.
Shit, I mean, worked out for him. Look at where he cruise now. Damn.
Well, they're probably fine.
Uh-huh. And I'm purple.
You were once before, actually.
Uh-huh.
I like that one better.
Hmm?
The draw one.
I like the drow one, too. Unfortunately, we have a little crazed one that looks kind of like her, kind of chasing it right now. And besides, aren't I pretty? I like this face.
Yeah, Nana face.
Zed will,
Mm.
at this point, Zed will cheers, sorry. And kind of
All
hold his
right.
drink up to everyone else at the table, and then down another shot of this whiskey. What
So
I guess
making it
cubed.
to Kronossus. How about that? And making it
Oh,
onto
I
Kronossus.
absolutely.
Finally. Finally.
That is
Cubed, what
true.
was the whiskey called? Did we get a name?
Nope, because that was an unmarked bottle.
Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was
And
a
then
Mystery
special,
whiskey.
the
special
beers
one.
were, because I remember we got 2 beers, but it seemed like they were the unmarked bottles as well, kind of maybe like a house brew or something, right?
Yep.
Just not labeled. Cool. Okay.
You want labels, you want to go to the high class, who can afford
Shit.
licensing fees. But I mean, this one does seem to be doing well.
Oh yeah, I was just curious. Um,
For those of you who've ever gone to a Costco, imagine like
Who
Kirkland's
hasn't?
signature, right? Imagine that brand of stuff, but
The
without the
365
Kirkland signature.
brand.
yeah,
Without the Kirkland signature.
So imagine Kirkland's signature without the Kirkland signature. Just the bottles that are kind of unmarked. But I mean,
Sometimes the homebrew is
tastes
the
pretty good.
best stuff. I don't know who brewed this whiskey, but oof, that's something. Just the
yeah. That
right, yeah,
that might be something that we could ask Score as well.
right. I wouldn't mind taking a bottle of that. That's a good idea.
And Anna picks up the whiskey bottle and she sort of looks it over. She's like, damn, how much did this cost you anyway?
Oh,
Pretty sure it was like 10 gold.
oh.
Girl, not to say we're getting ripped off,
Oh
Oh
but
hey,
yeah,
like,
you weren't here for that.
Are you including the room in that?
So if you recall, when people tasted the whiskey, because I don't think you were here when I had that
I
roll
was
happen.
not.
Um, so basically, when people were tasting the whiskey, I had them roll a D100 on the flavor test and basically ignore anything below, I believe it was 65, because it
Right.
can't be any worse than that.
yeah. So Zed, as Inanna's kind of saying this, Zed's gonna just kind of like looking at her, blinking for a sec, and then oh yeah, well why don't you try it then? And then say it's not worth it.
Yeah, right.
Kind of slide over a shot glass.
And Anna's like quickly like doing the mental math, and you see her go back through her notes. She flips through quickly, and then she's like, okay. Wine before liquor, never sicker. I guess this isn't technically wine, this is just spirits.
No, I
The
think that
sacred.
margarita's got liquor in it, so
Yeah,
you're just
I'm always
fine.
trying to. I listen. What it has is tequila, and tequila is the bitch. She's the first person to arrive at the party and the last person to go. Hence why I'm nauseous about mixing her with things. She's fickle. Tequila.
Tequila.
So I'm making sure if I have some whiskey, it won't just absolutely fuck me up.
That's going to be a great combination. I'm telling you, just give it a try.
And then second off, she points down to her body. You are all much larger than me, physically. I need to, like, pace myself on booze. Because if I don't, I'm going to get sloshed. And mom's number one rule, don't drink more than the marks. I'll pass out and die somewhere.
Those your marks.
There isn't a mark. It's a metaphor for, like, you don't want to be the person who falls down asleep at a party.
Or you could have fun.
You guys are all already having fun. You need me to remain responsible. I'll have one go.
Well,
God
yeah.
bless.
Why do we need anyone to be responsible?
What if
I
someone
don't.
kills you, huh?
Well, and you're gonna what responsibly make sure you avenge me?
No. If we're all drunk, we aren't going to even put up a fight. If one of us looks smart, I'm going to kill them first, obviously. And then you guys won't even remember the problem in the morning.
I can look plenty smart.
It's up to you, my dear. You go right ahead.
So a D100, you said?
Yep. And ignore anything below 65.
91.
This
Ooh
is probably
boy.
some of the best whiskey you've ever tasted.
Oh yeah.
From the Underdark to the surface world. This
She
is
recoils a little bit and she's like, what the fuck? This isn't even March. What are they
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, and it's
Idiots.
only 10 gold, right?
See, that means one of two things. Severe labor law violations, always possible. Or you don't want to know how the sausage
Oh
is
my
built.
god, we're not here to talk about labor violations. Put your mouth in your fucking drink, please.
I'm more saying on the pricing, that's all.
Talking about
Yes, I'm a
talking
stooge.
about marks over here and trying to stay a little bit sober. You got a fishbowl full of margarita in front of you. Zed's gonna grab the shot glass back and set it in front of him. He's gonna grab. He's not gonna like snatch the bottle from Inanna, but kind of
She'll give
like
it to me.
yeah, like just reach out for it. And he was gonna pour another one for himself and then pour one for Sari. And snack it on the table and clink it. Toss
Yeah.
another one back.
Right. That's it.
Did they leave you out here? Sorry.
What? What's that?
I'm having to handle some stuff downstairs, but I don't want to leave the
Oh,
game
oh,
for an
oh,
hour
okay.
again.
I see, I see.
And my
Oh, you're
dog
talking to
wanted
the dog. Gotcha.
yes. So I'm here, but I'm quieter.
you have your beverages. You've tasted the rainbow,
Yeah.
and I guess the question is, since it sounded like people were trying to be drinking responsibly, you guys are. It gets to the point where the hustle and bustle begins to dissipate. The patrons who have come in, there still trickles in, but the patrons who have been part of that big rush have either gone upstairs or left the inn entirely, and you definitely feel the weight of time starting to kick in as it is pretty late. You get the feeling it's pretty late.
Yeah. Zed's almost been waiting for things to die down just to try and have a conversation with Scar. And um I guess with a quick glance around the room, is the noble guy and his entourage still around?
Give me a perception check.
A 14. Actually, that'd be a 16 technically.
You don't seem to notice that entourage. They came in and left.
Okay. Um yeah, if things are dying down and there's room up at the bar, um or if he just sees Scar like cleaning or not really busy with anyone, Zed would walk over there.
So Scar at this point, just things do seem to be dying down a bit. Um, his attention is shifted more from serving patrons to um, I wouldn't say barking orders, but you know, delegating tasks more.
I'm imagining just kind of like starting the process of shutting the bar down and everything like that.
Food
Um,
stopped being served an hour ago, etc.
right. Um, so yeah, he would walk up and try and get Scar's attention and see if they can have a conversation.
Yeah, he seems to be free. There will be points where there's lulls.
Is there a spot? Is there like one end of the bar that's particularly empty so we can maybe have a private conversation?
Currently, no. But like I said, people are starting
Um,
to filter out.
yeah. Um, so Zed, he'll kind of like lean up and, hey, Scar, you mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Of course, what is it um, what is it you need?
Oh, well, specifically that whiskey. Do you? Sorry, excuse me. Oh, I do you have extra bottles that we might be able to get?
Well, of course, there are plenty of bottles readily available for custom.
Right, perfect. Okay, might do that. Well, might do that in the morning. Um. Also, by chance, is there maybe a place that you and I could have a bit of a private conversation?
Oh, my dear boy, I'm a bartender, not a companion.
Oh no, no, it's not that way. I'm sorry.
So I wouldn't necessarily not be amenable to it. And he puts a like elbow on the bar and does like a like like a raised brow, but just sort of like "Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo."
Zed kind of like he's kind of like got his hands to his sides and he's almost just kind of like rocking back and forth from his heels to his toes a little bit, just kind of like, I well, why, well, uh, just I just had a quick question about the rooms.
Oh, what is it you wish to know? That does not need to be a private conversation.
Well, I guess really, it has to do with discretion specifically, if you understand what I mean.
Oh, you were concerned about your privacy.
Well, yeah, just more or less curious about the standards, I guess, here. Like, are our names on a ledger? I know the menu worked very interesting. It already had my name without me having to say anything. So, you know, just just kind of wondering how how open that information is, how public per se.
Oh, you're concerned about your information being out and about. And he taps a finger on the bar 4 times as he looks directly into your eyes. What is it you wish to understand or comprehend about discretion? And at this point, you realize his mouth is not moving.
So Zed, I'm picturing it's kind of like this eyes locked sort of moment that he's stopped blinking, and Zed's almost stopped blinking and is almost in a trance like sort of state, and realizes, like you said, he's not blinking, and then realizes a moment later, or he's not moving his mouth rather, and then Zed realizes a moment later he isn't either. So this conversation has just um shifted over to being um what is it? It's not, is it telekinetic? I always
Telepathic.
mix it up. Telepathic.
Think
Anyway.
of telekinetic as kinetic, so impact, movement,
Oh yeah.
physical interaction.
Okay. That makes sense. Um and so he's gonna ask, now that we have this sort of, we're able to have this sort of private conversation, I so specifically, and I'll just be upfront, I guess. We're brand new here. And we're probably going to be staying for at least a few days. We've got some things to do, but discretion and keeping our whereabouts to ourselves is quite important. Like for instance, if anyone shows up asking for us, um, if you've not seen them with us before, I would hope that you'd not let them know that we were here. That type of thing.
I wouldn't even be able to tell them the first thing. I don't.
Zed just he kind of smiles and almost like chuckles a little bit, which if anyone's around us, it might just look odd because we're like having a staring contest, and then Zed just kind of chuckles out of nowhere. Um, I like the sound of that. Um, would there be? I don't want to impose on your discretion and generosity. Um, could I maybe pay a little bit more for our rooms to ensure that, well, no one else goes in there, like cleaning crew or anything like that? We really, really do like our privacy.
Well, if you want to throw extra coin at not having a crew come in, that is perfectly amenable to me.
I thought you wouldn't mind. All right. And he'll kind of lean back, um, blink a couple times. He'll reach in to his pocket where he's kind of got all of his coin. Like, did you want me to take care of the bill now, or um, how does that work?
Typically, the sooner the better. But also typically, if you exit the premises without paying, there will be an annoying little birdie that constantly pesters
Interesting. Okay. I You have any one that you got issues with currently that's just not paid you?
you. Not anymore. And he smirks.
Right. Talking about not really wanting to ask where you got your name. Um let's see. So I was under the impression, I think I did my math wrong as far as how much the bill was, but um I thought it was basically going to be like 22 gold and some change because I thought each shot was 10.
Nope, 10 was for a whole bottle.
10 for a bottle, 2 gold for the rooms. The food and stuff like that was just copper, right?
The large marges were 1 gold.
Okay.
Large drafts were 3 copper.
I think all the food and stuff was pretty cheap, but then
Yeah, the shepherd's
the
pie was
drinks.
like 2 silver. The fish
Yeah.
sandwich
Okay.
was like 3 copper.
Yeah. Okay. So that's like 14 and some change. So Zed would put let's see. He'll do 16 gold, so he'll basically put 2 more gold on top of the rooms. And so he'll pull out 16 gold and kind of reach out to hand it over to the Scar.
Wonderful. And at this point, his mouth moves normally. A pleasure doing business with you. Enjoy your
Aye, much
stay.
obliged.
The adventurer's rest.
Much obliged. Thank you, Scar. He'll just give a nod and hey, mate, last question. How late are we able to get food around here? Or is there a place, I guess, if you all close up shop, are there other places that are open later than you all?
There's always someone out there.
I thought
However,
so.
for the sake of not wanting to take business from the locals, we try to shut our kitchen down at a meaningful time. It would be very rude to simply take away from other business in that regard. We aren't exactly a restaurant.
Do you have any recommendations of places that might be um, open late just in case we're perusing the city?
Oh, well, what is it you're looking for? Simply food, activity? And he leans in with a smile. The shady part of town.
Well, I did hear, and he's going to kind of lower his voice again. I did hear of well, I'm a fan of coin myself, and I heard that there was a place that, well, you might be able to make a bit of coin, um, playing a bit of games or having some fun, but you might need to know someone to enter said establishment.
Oh, which one? There's so many that are out and about in our lovely city that provide entertainment for our tourism.
Yeah, and being new here, I I've only heard rumor of one. What would your recommendation be?
Well, if you're looking for a nice small, small bit of entertainment, there is the Smoker's House. They, well, they're very welcoming to those who like their game of luck and chance. But of course, you can always rest assured that someone oversteps their bounds and ruffians have to step in.
To be
However,
expected.
if you're looking for something more, and he does like a hand gesture, On the up and up, you want to go to the Cat's Grace. Think of it as, oh, what's the fancy word that outsiders like to call it? A casino?
I see. Okay. You said what's called the cat's meow?
The Cat's Grace.
Cat's grace. I appreciate it, Scar. Um, we'll kind of like knock on the bar. I will come back for sure. Let's get another bottle. We might actually want a couple.
Ah, very well. Do you have your receipt?
Oh, yeah, it's right here. He'll pull it out of his pocket.
So you notice it is a different shade. Before it was like red and now it's like blue. And you present it.
Yeah, he'll notice that and kind of not really question it at this point because of how many odd things.
And you said two full bottles.
Um, well, yeah, we hadn't finished the first one yet, so I was gonna maybe come back.
Ah, fear not. We have them in stock. So you're presenting the card to. I thought you were gonna try and get more alcohol.
Oh, yeah, he was asking. He was basically saying we were if we could get more, but then while asking that, I realized we already got one, so of course we can get more. It was kind of a redundant question. Um, but I was planning on coming back and getting at least another one once we finish this one, and then we might get more, um, just for the road. But yeah, otherwise that was it.
Ah, so when you're ready to make your order, have that little card with you.
Oh, all right, perfect. All right, he'll tuck it back into his coat.
Meanwhile, what's everybody else doing? Still drinking?
Yes.
Responsibly?
Hmm.
I am. I'm not sure if he is. Are you handling your booze?
Maybe.
Okay, so how responsibly?
I mean, he hasn't eaten since breakfast.
I know.
And he has a fishbowl margarita.
Okay. It's different
The
layers of
classic.
alcohol.
Hmm.
So your intent is to drink responsibly, right? Or basically I'm trying to ascertain at what point stuff may or may not happen. So if you're just like nursing the bowl throughout the whole night and just being like, take a sip, wait 5-10 minutes, take a sip, or if it's just like take a gulp and then wait 5 minutes, take a gulp.
Oh, he's being a little. He's drinking a little harder.
All right, then that would be a prompted Constitution roll.
Just a Constitution roll or a saving throw?
This would be a saving throw.
Oh, you get to add two because you're next to sorry.
Sorry is a Godspeed.
Oh,
interesting enough.
I don't think it'll help.
7.
The critical +2 does so much
Yeah,
here
right.
for you. I pinky promise.
Yep, you definitely are nursing that bowl a lot more than you thought. At first,
Mhm.
it started out, you nursing it, but then as the night continued and you continued to put more and more in the gullet, the alcohol also continued to become more and more a part of that gullet.
Mhm.
And it's starting to hit you. It's definitely because you've been going at this like for a good bit, so it's not like a night and day transition from sober to drunk. It's not like suddenly it just hits you, but it's like it's gradually building up,
Mhm.
and you may, I mean, on the 7, you're not even really aware of it, but your words might be starting to slur a little bit. Your um your eyesight may be getting a little more interesting. Everything feels a little warmer to the touch. Colors start to pop a little bit more. That whole spiel.
Mhm.
But yeah,
What time is it? Does anybody know?
Time.
Yeah,
Who
the
cares
time.
about the time?
I do. I care about time. What time is it?
Well, I don't have the right eyes to answer your question. Not at all. There's no way I'm reading a clock face right now.
Who would know? Who knows? Nihara, who would know the time?
Our clock on the wall.
there are no sundials on the walls, no.
Mm. That's quite annoying. How long ago was sundown? Nevar would have been paying attention to this.
So at this point, you ascertain it's getting close to like 10 o'clock.
Okay, Nihara, the mage hand. When the moon fills the path. Ugh.
Honey, if you think I'm understanding any of that, you are sorely mistaken.
I had gotten a note from a mage hand, and it said that I had to. He'll fish in his bag for the note.
And Anna will help him. And she's like, okay.
And
You got a note from a what?
from a
Don't worry about
mage
it.
hand,
I'm not worried.
Mhm.
and he'll lay it out on the table and like smooth it out. Seek out the path of the stars. When the moon fills, the path shall be clear. I probably means I need to go outside.
And Anna, does the first of all, she like holds him by his shoulder and does the eye test. And then she's like, you know what? Normally, if you were any other member of our party, I would say yes, let's. But you're my sibling. No, you're going to go to bed and sleep this off.
Sorry. Sorry,
Sorry,
will you?
don't help him.
Uh,
Sorry.
that's my name.
Yeah,
Will you
she's
go with me?
sorry.
Will I what, mate?
Will you go with me?
Listen, mate. I love you like I do any day of the week. I'm not getting in the way between you and your sister. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. And if she says no, I'm not going to say yes.
Neither. I don't want. Please.
Do you know
I'll
even where
let you
this note
go.
came from?
I don't. But
That's a great reason not to go, lad.
I mean, I think I know.
It comes from an important part of his destiny. And do you want to be facing your destiny fucking drunk off your ass?
Exactly. That's exactly the point, mate. That's not the right time.
No,
If
Zedrid
they
might tell
want
you
to, they'll
yes.
get a hold of you another time.
See,
Zedrid,
maybe my destiny is to face this part of it drunk.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I'll let you go if you can walk 5 steps straight without falling over.
No, if you're going, we all have to go with you and help you out. Just wait till Zed gets back to the table and we can all go together and then we can take care of each other.
Veldrin is going to try and locate Zed.
Oh my god.
I don't think I've seen your brother this way before. Well,
I
maybe
have.
once when we were, maybe
But
that
yeah,
one time when we first met Gum Gum.
Vel doesn't drink. I drink.
Well, that's clear.
He's a fool because he copies me. He thinks that more or less because I can handle it, he can handle it because he's so much bigger than me, right?
Right.
And yet, he forgets all the main lessons. He hasn't eaten all day. He ignored me when I pointed out to the chips on the table to him. And he's also had more of it.
Oh, he's just trying to show off for his sister. I know it's
I
not
think he.
working, but still.
I also think that he's just been reading and not paying attention to how much he's drinking. These things go down fast.
I wonder if he noticed when he tried to open his mouth and use it.
Good question.
It didn't make much sense what was coming out of his mouth.
No. And she picks up the note and she's like, he got this. So remember when Zedin was doing tricks outside with the kids?
Right?
That's when he got this note.
Oh, interesting. Well, I definitely. Uh oh. Well, I've definitely had a few drinks myself, but unlike Veldrin, I can hold my drink.
Like I said, I'm fine. And she, like, smiles a bit, a little tipsy, but otherwise fine. And that means I'm in perfect shape to stab people if and when this goes wrong.
I'm glad somebody is. Listen, I don't think we should let him go off by himself, though. I really do think we should all go if he's determined. I mean, what the heck? He gets a note from whoever he doesn't even know, and he's going to go out and meet them. I mean, come on. I think we've all got to go with him.
Oh, yes. I would have hoped he wouldn't be, past the point of no return.
You were
Unfortunately, I
hoping
believe
he'd
he might be
forget it.
past. Hmm?
You were hoping he'd forget about it.
Kinda. More accurately, I've hoped that if he had gotten this drunk, he would forget about it naturally. Except he didn't forget about it. He remembered. Because he's
Did
smart,
you
my brother.
did you see anyone? I mean, do you know where this note came from?
Nope. But that just means that it's ever more pertinent to his destiny. We were poking into the concept of the Fae, And she pokes the note several more times. This reeks of Fae.
Hmm. We have kind of been. I mean, yeah, we've kind of been running into the Fae energy since we got here, haven't we?
Mhm. And he's owing his new Fae patron, something. Maybe they tracked him down.
His new Fae patron. What are you talking about?
By patron, I don't mean literally warlock patron. I'm saying whoever rescued him from the Feywild.
Ah,
The one
back
that
in the
Miriam warned him was coming to collect.
okay. God, you think they followed him here
Oh, yes.
all the way to Kronossus?
Mhm.
Well, then they must be serious, whatever it is about. They're serious about something.
Bear in mind, right, as Mirabelle reminded us, entrances and exits to the Fae close and open and do not remain this stationary in the material plane.
Right.
So, what seems like hundreds of miles to us might actually only be a short jaunt to them.
Right. Good reminder. Thank you. Good point. That's a good point. Right. And it's somebody that knows how to manipulate that system
Because
go
they were able
right
to
to the right
yoink him
place.
right
Yeah.
out of the Underdark and into the material.
Yeah.
How is Vel walking, by the way, when he goes to find Zedran?
Yeah.
That's what
How's
I
that
want to
going?
know.
How is that going?
Give me a acrobatics.
Ooh, Vel.
Wow, you're passing that
You're rocking it, dude.
roadside test.
He's like the dude in the video that just starts fucking dancing.
Yeah.
Who wants the inspiration?
I think I've got one myself.
I
Does
don't think I have
Nia?
one.
Zed for Zed?
If
Zed
you
will,
want it,
Zed will be getting one in long rest because humans do that.
yeah, yeah. Whenever
You
we
have one,
long rest, I'll
Nibar?
get one anyway. So
I have it, yeah.
So I
does
guess
Kozik
Zed
have one?
takes it?
Well, go
We
ahead
do
and
not
give it to
know.
Zed, then he can use it for. Oh,
All
does
right.
Kozik have one? That's a good question.
Yeah, we don't know.
Let's chat.
It
Let's see.
Well,
doesn't
he's
have one
not
on his
here,
sheet.
so
Yep, I'll just grab it.
Can still give it to him though. Can't?
he ain't here. His
I'll just
character
use
is
it.
off screen.
I'll just use it
Oh,
immediately.
okay. There we go. Oh yeah, use it at the betting table. There we go.
In part because I don't want people who are not here to just be like inspiration banks. Like, oh, well, we just have
Ah,
one off in the background now, stored away.
Yeah.
Um, actually, restroom. So let's take 5.
Okay.
I gotta go
Right.
bad.
big five. All right.
I got inebriated just for this episode because I knew I was gonna fail.
Imagine you'd succeeded.
I know. I succeeded and then I'm the one off my ass.
Succeeded in what?
The constitution save.
Oh,
And then I'm off my ass and Vel's sober.
that's funny.
We call that stoned cold sober. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I don't drink, so I was out there smoking.
Well, it's 4:28, so you're a little bit late. Ah. Oh no, got the giggles.
No, I sent something stupid.
Nia sent me something stupid, and I responded equally stupidly.
It's pairing art of
Of
the evil stepmother from Cinderella paired with romantically the old lady from the Aristocrats.
and I said she could have changed her.
That's silly.
And don't get me wrong, I am a fan of old woman Yuri. I'm here for it. I'm sat. Every day I shake my fist at God that I could not romance Jahira in Baldur's Gate 3. Let me romance the Gilf. Please, 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 please. But like,
I'm glad that I muted stream.
That your what? Oh.
yeah, that's not a clip that needed to exist.
I'm gonna go grab a snack. I'll be back.
Just sat back down, and that was indeed on stream, and it will be on YouTube forever.
And now Vel goes to grab a snack.
You know what?
Right
I'm
when
going to
Q
stand by
gets
it.
back.
I do, in
Stand
fact,
by
feel
it.
that way about Jahira. Who wouldn't? If you're not willing to stand by a beautiful woman in old age, were you ever willing to stand by her?
Exactly. You said it. You stand right by her.
On the other hand, it does mean that for sure the actresses, like the voice actresses behind Jahira and Minthara, ship their characters with each other. Which, if they see it, I see it. I guess that is Lady Tremaine X, the old lady from the Aristocrats.
You waiting on Vel?
Mm-hmm. Getting a drink. Stood
No,
up
Vel said
right.
I'm gonna go get a snack.
Shit. Got me there.
I'm back.
There's Vel.
Okay. All right. So, with your very acrobatic nature, it's almost like being drunk has enhanced your ability to move forward somehow and daftly avoid bumping into people to an extent that knocks you over. Um, so you kind of like maybe bump into somebody, but do like a spin, but it's not necessarily an intended coordinated spin. Or it could be just as funny as you're pinballing your way through the crowd and somehow make your way to Zed without like falling over, hitting anybody, knocking anything over. Actually, you know what? A better way to describe it would be with a natural 20, you are bumping into people, but it's like as as you're making your way through the crowd, say you bump into somebody who has a drink and it looks like you knocked a drink out of their hand, but before it hits the ground, you do like this movement as you're just falling forward, like you look like you're gonna fall forward, and then you like stick your foot out to like and your arms out to give yourself balance, and the cup lands on your foot, right? And then you bump into somebody else, and the tray, all the food on the tray goes flying in the air, but you just like move in a way that your hand flails and flips the tray on top of your arm, as you know, like you're not as if your hand up carrying it, but your hand down, and it just lands perfectly in like that crevice where your elbow is, and you just stand there for a moment, just perplexed and looking around as all the drinks fall perfectly. The drinks and the food falls perfectly back on the tray as you stumble forward again. As you know, as you do so, you unintentionally like present the tray to them, but just like stumbling. Like imagine a Jackie Chan movie of him playing like a drunken master. He's drunk, but everything he does is not necessarily calculated. It's just his body moving without it's his body moving in rhythm without him having to think about it, kind of deal. So you're just
He's
like,
entered a flow state.
yeah, you're at one with the universe for just a brief moment until you make your way to Zed, and then you just sort of, I'd say you would make your way to Zed, but throughout this whole, almost Benny Hill esque oopsie doodle, but somehow it works out. You get to Zed and you just like fall face first into like his shoulder because he's probably not paying attention to you.
Hey, Belle, what are you doing?
I have some news. Um, so I got a letter from a mage hand, and I think I have to go outside. And it is either it has to do with the Fae or Jai, and you're coming with everybody.
Okay.
If you say so.
Veldrin gives him like a very derpy smile.
Zed's gonna
Derpy?
kind of lean
Yeah.
back a little bit and just kind of half squint. He's gonna look back over at Scar. I appreciate the time, Scar. I've got to help my friend.
Of course, of
What are you
course.
on about? And he's gonna probably walk with Belle um back to the table, back to the rest of the group, just to be like, what's going on?
It's destiny bullshit.
Oh, great. It's already caught up with us. We haven't even been here one night.
Huh.
Ah, I'm imagining I'm watching them two
Is
come back.
is Zed I mean, Zed notices that Vel is drunk, right? Like, how can I guess does he? Can I roll an
It's
insight, maybe?
pretty
I hope so.
obvious.
I would
The
think
Figured
the
it
so.
would be
aroma
pretty
is
obvious.
thick on his breath.
He just face planted into Zed's like back. Um, so, um, Zed would kind of like gesture sort of back to the table, but he's gonna wait before walking just to see if Vel turns and like stumbles, he's just there to like kind of grab him, catch him. But he'll just kind of gesture back to the rest of the group, be like, "Oh, well, I guess if we're going, we might as well all get together."
Uh, to go to go with right for Veldrin's destiny. Right.
Oh shit!
Let it be known, I disapproved of this.
Well, as long as we can count on you.
Always.
What is it that we're doing?
I have to. And he picks up the note and pushes it like in front of Zed. Seek out the
Uh,
path of the stars when the moon fills, the path shall be clear. And I got it from a mage hand when you were doing magic earlier.
oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't know if Zed. I don't think Zed heard you mention this when we got here, because you guys had kept this between you, right? Up until now.
Yeah, Veldrin had just shown it to Neovara.
So, but when we first got here, I believe, if I remember correctly, above the um above the inn that we are at was like a sun and moon sort of crest. It was like a moon within a sun. And so seeing this, mentioning the moon and things like that, Zed'll just kind of recall back to that being there. You think that has anything to do with it?
What?
There's a there was a crest on top of the inn that had a moon on it.
Uh-huh.
You think?
He's
Yeah. And he's like trying to make sense of it, and and he's just like Vel's almost not even like, I'm picturing Vel's uh gaze is just kind of like slowly drifting past Zed, and Zed can just kind of tell that he's losing Vel. So he's gonna
He's
start.
lost Phil a long time ago.
He's gonna start shifting his conversation to like the rest of the group. So do you think that it's here that we're supposed to be at night, or you think that we're actually supposed to leave and go somewhere?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well,
I'm
you're at the
That's a
table.
great
I'm the
question.
I'm the last person to know any of this. I don't know what I'm talking about. Trying to figure that out.
Oh no, she's over. Okay, he brought her over. Brought him over. Okay.
It's good to be here, it's good to be outside. I guess we'll know when we know.
All right.
I Do you guys normally feel like Everything's gonna go really bad when things like this happen.
Um, yeah, but I feel like I've kind of gotten used to that feeling.
No, I know things are going to
Wait,
go horribly wrong, but I'm going to win anyway.
well, that's a great attitude. I like it.
So you said outside at the end, there's this big crescent?
Yeah, I believe it was just like right above the entryway.
Nevar's going to read the note once more. What's it say?
Seek out the
When the
path of the stars. When the moon fills, the path shall be clear.
what phase of the moon is it tonight?
Do you go outside and look?
Sure.
Wait, didn't we all just go outside to look up at the sign together? Aren't we outside? We're not outside.
I figured we were just still at the table. We were just kind of
Oh,
like,
okay.
but yeah, I'm Zed's following along with the group.
So you
Okay.
all go outside, and the current phase of the moon is first quarter.
Okay. So it's half full.
So we can see the moon up in the sky. Is that match the one above the inn?
I mean, it's a sphere. Is it- You know, technically
I was
yes,
just
in an
wondering.
overly simplified version, I guess.
I was wondering, like, everything else is magical, like the menu is magical and all that. I was wondering if maybe that was some sort of, if that had a connection, but
So technically speaking, if they're asking to wait until a full goddamn moon, we're not going to get a full goddamn moon for another, like, nearly month.
No, no. Wait, first quarter. So it's gonna be either 1 week or 3 weeks. I can't get my brain to move straight.
If it's first quarter, that means 3 weeks.
If
Three
they're
weeks,
even
So
right?
waiting for a, even if they're waiting for that, it could just mean when it's at its highest in the sky.
yeah, why would someone give Vel a note that
That's
says
a
meet
good
Now,
me
question.
in
yeah, now for something to do.
3 weeks?
Right, that makes no sense.
So, a fun little lore thing that nobody really has to make a history check to observe. Uh, Common knowledge because basically time and people looking up. This world has two moons. They are not always
What?
in the sky at the same time. It's just one of them is currently visible. And that one is currently first quarter.
Will the other one be visible later?
During the day, basically, there's always a moon in the sky.
Wait,
And
what did that
what
thing say
what
again? It
phase
said
is the
something about the
daytime
full moon?
moon? It
You'll.
says seek the path of the stars.
Mhm.
Yes.
Uh,
And then
seek out the path of the stars. When the moon fills, the path shall be clear.
when the moon fills the path. No. When the moon fills the no. No, I've officially had too much to drink. I don't know what we're talking about. It's official.
Oof, itchy. I am itchy.
Hmm.
does that mean? I'm really confused and it's driving me crazy. When the moon fills the path will be clear. When the moon fills the path will be clear. No, that doesn't work. Anyway, we've got another moon and it's full in the daytime. Is that what it is? So they're gonna meet you in the daytime where the stars. We can't see the stars in the daytime. This is crazy. You know what? I'll come until they come back with a better riddle.
Might meet early morning, first thing. I can wake you up, Vel. It'll be lots of fun. You're gonna be so hungover.
We can just try multiple times tonight and see what happens, because it says seek the path of the stars, and the stars are out at night, so that's what makes me think we have to go outside.
They're often typically brightest at in the earliest hours of the morning.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, and we might see a full moon then, eh? Right, the other moon, but still the stars. I like it. Never, you win. You win. Let's try that. And I think the best way to do that is to stay up all night with a good drink in your hand and wait for it to happen. Wait till the next moon comes up before the sun does. Let's do it.
Yes.
Maybe we should go find Zedrin's gambling establishment.
I have no money.
It is 10 p.m.
Oh yeah, you're right. They probably haven't gotten started yet.
Oh, well, they were doing business in the middle of the day when Kozik and I walked by.
Oh well, then perfect timing.
Well, there's another place. Well, we can't really get in there. Um, well, we might be able to
Can't
pick the
get
lock,
in.
but
Can't get in. Why?
well, they wanted some sort of like password or whatnot, like I was mentioning before. But uh, Scar did mention another place called the Cat's Grace, and it's more or less the legal version.
Okay, but didn't you leave your bird, your raven, to
No,
check it out?
it's still it's on his shoulder. It's been with him.
Oh,
I figured, we just maybe not going to find it immediately, but we do have other options. Apparently, there's plenty of places around here, and like I said, one of them sounds like we could just walk right in.
Sounds like a jam.
And who knows, maybe there's some sort of moon there.
right. Okay, let's do it. I'm all for having an adventure, the nighttime kind.
Then you walk down the street and find a goblin pantsing you, and you realize that's the full moon. Uh,
Do I have to roll acrobatics again?
nah.
Okay.
You have plenty of people to lean on at this point. So what's the consensus of where you were intending to go?
I believe
Are we-
Cat Grace.
Yeah.
Cat's Grace. Notes. Cat's Grace. CAT.
I am of the opinion that Zed is the leader because whenever I drink and I follow Zed, I have a great time. So you're it, Zed.
All right. So you guys are heading to the gambling establishment.
Uh
The Cat's
oh,
Grace.
DM has had too much to drink.
The gambling establishment. Um, so you, because it's the cat's gray. So it's a little bit of a walk. It is a big city. Um, I
Ah,
imagine you sort of
such a
have to
lovely night.
ask around a little bit. Um,
Yeah, I was wondering. I was gonna mention because we didn't ask Scar where it was. Um, and as far as nightlife, I was asking him about nightlife, and so now that we're out, do we see places that are open, or like, are there street vendors or people walking around? Like, what's the vibe right now out here?
mostly carts here and there, very sparse. No, there's no street vendors out and about, save for maybe one or two just
I was hoping to see
individuals that
nightlife
seem
then.
like they are um creatures of the night, you might say. Things that, like you might see a drow here or there, um, whether Drugar here and there. The ones that sort of live underground. This is kind of their jam. Um, what was the other one I had that's out and about this
That's actually the
hour?
most fascinating thing. Like, what are they doing here?
The other one was. Oh,
Right?
Like, barely
give
Drow,
me a
Ivar.
people
perception
from the
check.
Feywild,
Yeah, Drow
all of
don't
us.
necessarily exist anymore.
Oh, you're aware that they've been trying to make a
I know.
comeback.
They're very
Yeah.
common.
I can barely hear Niavara.
Sorry. She knows that they exist, but they might be the first ones other than Temporalis that she's seen. And it's definitely the first Dwargow she's seen since leaving the Underdark.
So I would
Seeing
say
Drow out and about definitely would freak Veldrin out a little bit.
they seem to be dressed in like
We
merchant clothes. Um,
gave you that
but with your
dinner.
perception of 24, you can
Yes.
you hear the sounds of you're the first one to notice. Everybody else will, but um you would be the first one to notice that it sounds like there's a lot of kind of like marching. So it sounds like heavy footsteps and a lot of them marching in marching's kind of a strong word, but kind of making their way through town as a large group. And you could kind of hear it. It kind of sounds like maybe a block over. There's a bit of a commotion.
Do you, do you hear that? What that? Do you hear that? Like a big group of people are walking together. Can you hear it? All right, come on. We got to go see
Yeah.
what that is. Can you hear it? Let's go see what that is. Let's
Do
go.
you
Come
think
on.
do you think it's going to be good or bad?
I think we're out on the town and we've got to go see what it is. I cannot judge its moral character, but I think I've got to see what it is.
Alrighty.
Let's go. Don't you want to know?
I'm curious.
Let's go.
Veldrin will go along.
Will it let me pull up
Yeah,
I mean,
the?
that's
really,
Oh,
we're
let me
just
show the
killing time
artwork.
till we can see if the person shows up for Bell at at the first light. So
All right, so you head over. Um, duh, 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 duh. So you head over a block, seeing what the noise and um, commotion, the source of it anyway, and you would immediately spot a large regimen of, I guess the only way to describe it for somebody who's sort of new to the town. Oh, would be a combination of things, of people. You would see Yuan-Ti individuals, the as they call them, the pure blood, so the ones that have, bipedal, they have scales that represent their bloodline. Their face is a little like longer, like a little bit longer nose, but they're for the most part humanoid. But also marching, quote unquote, marching with them are serpent men and women. So imagine, um, think of Lamia. So humanoid body with arms, but instead of legs, they have like snake tails, and where their heads are is they have snake heads. Um, and
Wow.
amidst them, which seems to be at the very epicenter of this parade of well armed and armored individuals, seems to be. Yeah, I think I could drag this picture. So this is what you would see. Not that one. This one. Yeah, let me show the arc. Perfect. So you would see a combination of, you've already seen the Yuan-Ti, the humanoid body and whatnot, but this one,
I don't see anything yet. Oh, there it is. Wow. Very cool. Wow. Hey, stay back. Let's stay back in the shadowy.
and it's, I was saying, at the very epicenter. Hold on, I was just stuck on the screen. Hold on. This, this. There we go. And in the middle of them, which seems to be what they're escorting, is one of these guys. And it seems to be like sitting upon a throne as it's being carried, as its multiple heads are looking about. Show.
What? What? Crazy.
Nope, nope, nope. Don't think that's what we're looking for.
Hmm. But what if it was?
Uh, let's stay back in the shadow, can we?
Are you guys afraid of snakes?
Well, armed ones, I'm not so sure about.
I know Vel's afraid of snakes.
Where is Phil?
I'm imagining
Did
like slightly
did Vel
behind
turn
you,
tail and
Amara.
run?
No, he's just kind of hanging back.
What kind of place are we? This is wow.
And eventually they just march past you. They're on their way. People definitely respectfully get out of the way. Um, you can only ascertain that the escort is basically either town guards or some kind of military. Um, but whoever that individual, whatever that thing is up top, definitely seems to have levels of sentience, as it's, some one of the heads will talk to one of the guards and they'll respond, and then another head will be simultaneously talking to another guard, and there's conversation happening, um, in some way, shape, or form, be it verbal or nonverbal. But you just definitely get the feeling that this is not just a hydra, right? It's not just a monstrous creature. There is cunning, there's wit, there's intelligence behind each and every one of those heads. Probably
Wow.
giving you a peer and maybe a little bit into their culture. But Procession passes on, no issue arises. Definitely nobody wants to mess with any of that for probably good reason.
No.
So
Yeah.
they just kind of keep on their way. Um, it is
That
right.
is very unusual. I have never even
Uh,
seen one of those multi-headed hydra-looking ones. Plenty
no.
of the snake people at this point, the Yuan-Ti. Like the village where Marlin came from had a lot of them.
All right. But not like that.
And not with that sort of distinct royalty. I wonder. We should have thrown Kozik at that.
A what?
There's his nobility that he can talk to. She
Yeah.
waggles her eyebrows.
Right. If he wants to talk to that, right.
All right. But you let them pass and continue to the cat's grace. Um, and there's plenty enough people who could just point you there if you ask around, which is kind of funny because an old version of D&D, there was a skill called gather information. They got rid of that.
It's still in Pathfinder, baby.
They just round it into persuasion now, but they just say if we really need to gather information in certain circumstances, we just roll it into perception or the into persuasion. That's basically what it is now. But it was for it had very specific applications, like everything did back in the day of D&D. Um, so yeah, you make your way to the Cat's Grace with not too much not too much hassle. Um, but it appears to be open, and it is. It seems to be in a little more of the line between like uh middle class and lower class, one, quote unquote class, as far as your knowledge of how class systems would work in a typical city. Um, but it's kind of like in the vicinity of both of those districts. Probably makes sense because that's where you're gonna get draw the biggest crowd of people. Um, And yeah, so the building itself, the Cat's Grace, it looks like when you walk to the building, even before you like turn the corner, you can see lights. There are lights flashing like around the bend because just how the light bounces everywhere. Um, Imagine being in like a big city and you live right across the street from a casino. So the lights are just always on, always blinking. There's always illumination. It's not like daytime, but there's enough light that if you're on the street, people are gonna see you. It's blatantly obvious. But as you are turning to observe this sight around the from the I keep wanting to say corner from the block over, you would observe what look like illusions, very blatantly illusion, but they're suspended in front of the building. They're not connected to the building. Um, they seem to be of spinning tables, some kind of like spinning tables. You would see what looked like, and then the image would shift to what looks like a hand, a deck of cards being opened and cards being laid out and turned around, one at a time, and then pulled, and then the scene will change again, and it's kind of cycles through this like, and you get the feel that this is to draw people in, like Here's what you will get if you come into our casino. Cards. You love cards. You like dice. You like, think of think of like cyberpunk in a way where it's like you walk down the street and there's this ads like hovering in the sky, like something that dystopian future-esque feel. So it's kind of like banners floating in the sky, some things that are um some imagery, and this is going down the whole block. The most blatant one is, the one in front of the casino, but during the whole block, there's other sort of like advertise advertisements in the sense, in some way, shape, or form, however cryptic they may seem. Like, what the fuck is? Why is there a fish swimming in the water and then suddenly it gets hooked and reeled in? It's like it's just almost information overload for some people. However, there seems to be intent, and it seems to be very magical in nature, and it's very clearly illusion. It's not trying to hide that. It's trying to make it blatantly clear that this is just illusion. This is a taste of what you will get when you come on in to the Cat's Grace, and the building itself has royal uh gold and red. So the building itself is like red, but it has gold trim, and the trim itself, it looks like kind of like rough scales that lead all around the building, all around the trim, and at the very, not the exact the very top like a hood ornament, but at the top of the building, there looks like a cat, and part of the illusion, quote unquote, is it's kind of like three frames of a cat running. So it's like legs out, legs like mid like when everything's like I can't describe how cats run. I was trying to figure out how to word it, but basically think of it like a three different images of a cat, but it's flashes in a way that looks like it's running.
Oh,
You've walked
I like how
into the
they run
fantasy
with like
version
first
of
the front, then first the front two, then the back two, then the front two, then the back two, like kind of
yeah.
rotating.
You've walked into a dystopian future in a medieval setting on the dystopian block.
Oh my god, this place is crazy. I think I love it.
Serpent Punk 2077.
Oh man, Zed's gone and this is his baby. This is incredible. I think if I didn't have all this excellent whiskey, I don't think I think I'm making better sense of it right now. That's crazy. But it's wow. What the heck? I mean, they must have a bunch of magicians just like sitting back and just making a bunch of magic and illusions and oh, it's crazy.
24/7 mage on call. Hey, Bobby's sick. I need you to get the illusion magic of the fish getting reeled in. Yep, I'll come in at
Right.
7. So what do y'all
What you
want to do?
think? Nivara and Veldrin, what you think?
Think about what?
Situation that we have before us, of course.
Oh wait, have we gone in or are we still outside looking at all the crazy
This
outside?
is you guys outside, so I'm kind of waiting for input of what you guys want to do.
Right, okay. Uh what happened to what happened to Zed? He must have gone around the alley to pee or something. Well, let's wait for Zed.
You might be waiting a while. Could be pooping.
Well, this is the place he wanted to go. What do you guys think?
I don't have any money.
It doesn't cost anything to just look. I mean, it's just you can just look at it all, and it's quite entertaining.
And also, yeah, it's just so bright that you can't even see the stars in the sky. That it's that level of brightness, but more so because of the illusions.
Wow, it sounds like Vegas for the middle age.
Basically, it's essentially what it is, how I envisioned it. Just sort of that level of flashing lights, bright colors, draw
Love it
you
already.
in with the coloration and the movement. So what do you
What
always
do you think,
wonder?
Niavara?
I say that it looks quite appealing. So she'll take a gander one more time, and she's like, "All right. So, are we gonna go inside and do some gambling? I think that's gonna be quite fun." Now, poor Vel has no money though.
Well, he's the one who wanted to fix his bloody.
Zedrin
Uh,
is the one that wanted to gamble. You're correct,
right. I'm watching.
Zed.
We lost him. I think he went around the back to the alley to pee or something.
Rather annoying, but he's also trying to be well behaved with us around,
Passive
considering how dangerous it
perceptions.
can get. He's gonna get beaten up by some Yuan T somewhere.
Oh no, he'll be right back.
Sure. And
Sure,
my
I'm sure.
name's
Why not?
Anana Yule.
The
Who's gonna
perception.
get beat up? Well,
Hi,
I told you he'd
Zedrin.
be right back. Well, look at what you think of this place, Zed. Look at it. It's like, oh my God,
oh, yeah,
did you see it?
it's
Oh, it's
incredible.
like, God, it's crazy.
Will
Do
be
you want to
only
go in?
Fara.
Yeah, of course.
All right, let's do it.
Anana will walk inside in the front with Vel. Oh wait, there's a goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Niavara would pause, considering that this feels like, hmm, hello.
Are
They seem to
they
like freeze for a moment. I was looking.
are
I
they
had to look at
eyeing us?
everybody's passive perception. Um, Niavara has the highest passive perception.
Oh, yeah, I think by a long shot, it's crazy shit.
Yep.
So she'd address them directly, because, gotta be loud. She's walking around with a bunch of drunk people. Hi, hello.
Speak for
So
yourself.
everybody else would notice a goblin dressed in what looks like a trench coat, so a very small trench coat, and a fedora, and he's smoking a cigarette and flipping a coin as he walks out. Eh. So you
I
don't
love it.
have any money, do yous? I have the perfect person that can fund your little gambling addiction. As he's just
Honey
flipping his
bunches.
coin.
Honey
We're
bunches.
fine, thank you. We're doing just fine, thank you.
Secondly, nor do I want to enter the attention of someone who's going to fund a gambling addiction, as sick as that
Nope,
is.
nope. We're just fine, thank you.
Yeah, well, suit yourself, sweetheart. As he's still flipping the coin. And Zed, with your past perception, little one still pretending to be a scarf, his eyes are so very locked onto this like coin being flipped.
Zed
And
can like
Anna looks at him directly and says, "Get it for him. Do it."
Zed's just
He could
like,
just
don't.
he can just pull a coin out of his pocket and give it to little one. He doesn't need that coin.
Zed's
Well,
gonna kind of I don't know what to call it, but like the kind of like the opposite of nodding, just like what's up, to this guy. Um and he's gonna start speaking in Goblin. Hi mate, you got any sort of advice about this place? New around here.
yeah, I can tell you're new around here. Let's just say I got an eye for people that aren't local. Is he just still flipping the coin the whole time? Like he's just It's almost like just almost even subconsciously or just muscle memory. He's flipping the coin without even looking at it as he walks, talks, moves his hands, moves his head. Then he just has like this smirk on his face the whole time.
So Zed is, now that he's speaking in Goblin, everyone can kind of see his mannerisms change a little bit. It's like a full on. It's not just a dialect. It's just kind of like a way of being, sort of. So is the way his posture's changed a little bit. He's kind of a little bit hunched over. He's brought his hands up, kind of in front of him a little bit more so. Um, and similar to how this guy's flipping a coin, Zed all of a sudden has a coin out and he's just shuffling it between his knuckles, but he's doing it very unconsciously or subconsciously rather, as he's talking to this guy in Goblin. And then he says, "Hey, so it's that obvious that we're new, eh?"
Well, anybody with a brain is gonna know you're not around here. I can tell by your companions. I mean, look at her. Dressed all prissy like. Clearly she's a noble. That I can see?
And Anna smiles and puts a little hand over her chest, like, "Oh my gosh, your perception astounds me."
Does Anana speak Goblin?
Great question. I believe so. It would be crazy if she didn't.
But does she?
Does she? No. So she doesn't understand?
Uh,
Rip. I take it back. I'm getting it confused with Eberron lore, where Goblin is like the second most commonly spoke language.
So there's a moment where you probably spot this guy like look at you, but then look back to Zed as they speak in a language you don't know.
Mm.
Still flipping the coin.
Yeah, fashion. Well, I don't really care for it.
Yeah, I can tell you're one of the more rough and tumble fellas around here. What can I say? I know a fellow, professional when I see one, eh?
Uh,
this one's got a smooth tongue. He does.
Do you speak Goblin?
I
Right. I don't. Sorry.
I think Zed's the only one.
Maybe I'm just
Like,
drunk enough to really understand
right?
what he's saying.
Um, I well, you really got an eye for things, I could tell, my friend. Must mean you know a lot about things around here.
Yeah, I know a thing or two, fella. But nothing's free around here. Information. Now that's gonna cost you. Is he still flipping? Just ding. Ding.
Oh, I know how it goes.
The question is, what are you willing to pay for bits of information? And how dangerous are you trying to, get your sticky fingers into, eh?
Well, speaking of sticky fingers, uh, what about a job? You got any work? Maybe I could get something done for you and either provide me with, like you said, information or maybe a bit of coin so we could take on this casino, eh?
As you mention that, he stops flipping the coin and catches it between two fingers and just holds it there and then just sort of like twirls it between, like how you might be doing it between your knuckles. He's doing it between like the like fingertips area,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of rolling the coin. Well, I like the cut of your jib, fella. Maybe there is something you can do for us. Maybe not. I don't know if I could trust your friends over there. They look a little too. They look like they could be some kind of snitches.
See Zed'll flick the coin up as he says that. He'll flick the coin up, not like flick it with his thumb, but just kind of like bump it off of a knuckle basically, and he'll snatch it out of the air with a fist. Now, fashionable, noble. He's gonna kind of look over his shoulder and smirk. Drunk. They're all those things, but snitches, mate, is not one of them. And he's gonna go back to kind of shuffling it between his knuckles.
Eh. Well, I don't know if I could necessarily just trust a fella off the street, see? Maybe you could do a little trial work to test just how good you are. Then maybe the boss might have a little more something up your alley. And he stops rolling the coin between his fingers where it was a silver coin as he says this, kind of leaning more towards something a little more lucrative. The silver coin turns gold as he rotates it in his fingers. If you catch my drift.
Well, you know what they say. It's either go-bo or no-go.
The question is, though, see, is will your buddies be on board with some work that might not necessarily be on the up and up? And he's saying this while never leaving the alleyway, so he's still in like a shadow. Like despite all the lights, it's
Mm-hmm.
like he found a perfect shadowed corner to stay within for the most part.
Makes sense. Well, I don't know if word necessarily travels over here from Portstown and you know, way out west, but I did
Give me
do
an
some
insight
work.
check.
Okay. I did do some work um for well, let's call it a bit of a syndicate out there. And my correspondent, not sure if you heard the name, I goes by Flex. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
All right. All right.
I'm gonna go with a 5.
Alrighty.
Um,
All right. So yeah. So you say you knew a guy named Flex from Portstown.
Yeah.
Eh. And at this point, the goblin speaks in common. Actually, not yet, not yet. Well, yeah, maybe we can find something for you. A little
And as far as
trial. It wouldn't be anything too and he just kind of straightens up his trench coat, kind of pulls the collar a little bit, straightens it out. Nothing too dangerous, just a little trial. What do you say to something little sticky fingers, and you can keep whatever you get. We just need to make sure you got the skill sets that the boss might see could be useful.
he'll straighten up as well. He's just kind of not mocking, but somewhat mimicking, and still in this sort of um goblin um posture, or I don't know, persona. Um so yeah, you don't have to worry about any of them putting a nose up. Um and to be completely honest, if it's something that they wouldn't be interested in, I'm sure I could get it done, whatever it is. What do you have in mind?
He flips the coin around again, it turns back to silver, and grips it clutches it in his hand, and looks to you, and then opens his palm again and starts flipping a coin, and it's copper now. And he just flings it over to you with a single thumb, a single thumb flip. Do you catch it?
Yeah.
So the second you catch it, it feels lighter than you would expect a coin to be. Don't worry.
He'd look at it.
The job's the only thing you need to worry about. Well, just keep that coin on you. It'll make sense real soon. And I'd probably say sometime in the morning. It should give you plenty of time to yeah, get prepared for what's to come.
I like the way you do business. What should I call you?
You could just call me Goblin Number 1.
Number one.
And at this point is when he switches back to common. Pleasure doing business with you. And he just like steps back into the shadows like the Homer Simpson meme in the bushes. He just kind of melds into it. And Anana, with your passive perception, which you're aware of it, but he is gone. It is akin to what Zed does when he like steps to the shadows and teleports. This guy is gone when he backs into the shadows.
I was, I was just comically picturing him just walking backwards very slowly, and Inanna with the ridiculous passive perception is just like he's halfway down the alley. She's like, "I can still see you." But yeah. So Zed's gonna he'll kind of nod, and you'll see him kind of straighten up a little bit, and he'll put this coin in. He has a lot of pockets. He's gonna put this coin in an empty pocket to where it's all on its own. So if anything happens, it's like a weird, if it starts to melt a hole in his pocket or something like that, he'll know what it is,
Yep.
and uh, and he'll turn back to everyone. Right. So well, he's gonna kind of lean in. So that fella, I guess, goes by number one, and mentioned potential work. as we were talking, we were maybe gonna look for work. I don't know what the job is. He said it would probably present itself, and as he's saying this, he's kind of like tapping the pocket that he put the coin in. Probably present itself, he said, in the morning. So we'll have to see.
That might have to do with what I have to do.
Quite possibly. The fellow was saying that he knows quite a bit about the city and mentioned us, and a boss said that if we get this job done, he'd basically lead to more work. So
What job?
I don't really know yet, but he said it'll make itself apparent probably by morning. So in the meantime, shall we go in and see what this place has to offer?
Right. Well, I mean, I, right. Okay. I mean, Valen gets a note from he has no idea who telling him to meet, and then you run into this fella saying stuff's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, do people know who we are already? Are we being followed? What the heck's going on?
Well, no, this. So that was a bit more of me kind of like asking for a job. I name dropped a little bit because I used to work for or with a group of goblins out west, and so I mentioned a name. He said we look new, and then obviously I think he overheard that we were needing coin to potentially go in here and gamble. Um, so I think it first started out with maybe trying to swindle the new kids around town, but um, yeah, he ended up offering us a bit of a job. So um, we'll see what it is, and in the meantime, um, I'm actually very intrigued by this place, and we've got a bit of time to waste. So how about we go in? And hey, I'll get the first round of drinks once we're inside, eh?
Well, all right then, sounds good. I'm never going to argue with that, but jeez.
And Zed'll look over to Inanna, and I also think see, I think it's funny no one has mentioned that Zed spoke Goblin because I it's very rare if it's ever even happened. But he's gonna sign in Thieves Can't. Sounds like we've got a job, and it's gonna be something maybe for just you and I. I don't know if Nevar's there.
She might not be.
Anything can happen.
Nope, this one is just into the night. Is what it is. Ugh,
Well, that's perfect because you know what else it is?
what?
Gambling.
Gambling.
Did you catch what Zed mentioned?
Mm,
No.
Neavara?
no, I did not.
Oh, okay. So he had mentioned to everyone about the goblin number one and the guy that we had just talked to, and then had said, how, "Let's go inside." First rounds on me. And as he was saying that, in Thieves Can't signing to Inanna, he basically said, "It sounds like we've got a job, a bit of a trial, and it might be something just for you and I, if you know what I mean."
Mm-hmm. And Anna picks up on that, and she's like, "Okay, you know how I our s- how's our rooms? You never actually told us about that. Like, we could always put poor Veldrin to bed." sort of pats him on the back.
Oh yeah, thank you for
No,
reminding me of
not.
that, Veldrin. Give me another Constitution save.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, he's still in Thieves' Cant. Oh, baby. Still in Thieves' Cant. He's gonna be like, I don't think we're gonna get any news on this job until morning. So might as well just waste some time and see if we can find out what Vel's looking for.
Fair. I doubt we're gonna find answers tonight, though.
Yeah, there's a chance that these two things might coincide.
So Veldrin, you you actually were, as you said, working on an empty stomach, and the initial impact of the alcohol had started to set in, and now it really hits you. Like you, there were like after you started drinking, you started going hard, and this is when the alcohol is really starting to process, and you know the it's really, oh boy. I mean, a natural one. So this is like the worst of the worst of the drunk that Veldrin can be. So however you may envision or imagine that to be is where Veldrin would be right now, as the remaining alcohol that has been in you is finally hitting you.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that look like or sound like?
Well, they're suggesting Veldrin goes to bed.
No. Well, okay.
Inanna is.
Yavara was.
We were talking in Thieves' Cant. But Inanna was suggesting if we, because okay, Zed had said that we basically have a job, and I
Yeah.
guess didn't clarify that it was going to be in the morning, and so I think Inanna was saying, well, instead of us doing this job, with drunk people, let's go put them to bed. And Zed mentioned we don't even know what the job is yet, so we might as well just stay out and see if we come across whatever Veldrin's looking for. And so he just suggested that we all go inside to the casino and hang out and see what happens.
See, what Inanna was actually suggesting is, yes, getting rid of the drunk people, but also plausible deniability with them, and that they get to go sleep with the night off, and then the two scruples that are left can just do what we need to.
Right.
But you're correct that we don't know when the job will be.
And I need to stay up so that I can see whatever it is that Note is talking about.
What if it was pulling your chain?
I don't think so. Not. No.
Not a chain?
No.
Right, well, how about we go inside and see what this place has to offer?
I like that idea.
What are we going to gamble with?
I've still got a bit of coin.
Inanna Berries looks through her own pockets as she's like, So I take it that my disguise has been all too successful. I got called noble on the way to the inn. That guy was treating me as though I was like, some poor young lady lost from her home. And then she's like, yeah, I have plenty of stuff to gamble with. Don't worry, Vel. I'll cover us.
Okay.
All right, should we all hold hands and skip while we walk inside, or what?
I don't
It's a
think we
joke,
can
Vel. I'm
skip.
trying to just get us all inside.
Let's go. Come on. I'm ready for that drink.
All right. However you choose to enter the domicile of gambling, um, matters very little. As you make your way up to the front of the building, Um, and it looks like at the very front, like the front entrance, it looks like there's a just a window that shows the inside, but not like the full aspect of it. So it just looks like a window from ground to from ground to roof, I guess, of the walkway. It seems like this building is about 3 floors. Um, but at the very front, there in modern times, right? Think of glass windows with sliding glass doors. So like you're walking into a supermarket or not supermarket, and clothing store, supermarket, or something like that, where it's like the front facing is very open. Um, and behind this glass, yeah, it's glass. Behind this like glass, you would see what looks like a kind of like a counter or like a reception area, reception desk, and there seems to be a let's see, it is this late, so it would be a on shift day. Yep. So it looks like a elven man, and he seems to be dressed in like a kind of like a valet suit, so it's sort of like that tuxedo, very clean, very business, but buttoned up tuxedo with a little tie, and it's got the colors of the building on it, so it's like a red vest, a white shirt, and there's like trim that's gold, so you obviously know they work here. Um, and they're sitting behind like this big like curved reception desk, probably big enough for 2 or 3 people, and they're just standing there smiling, one hand over the other on the desk, shoulders straight, and as you walk in, he just goes, "Greetings." And there's a big smile on his face. "Welcome to the Cat's Grace, where all your dreams can come true in a single moment. How may I help
Oh,
you?"
Hi. Well, it's our first time here.
oh, don't tell him
Um,
that.
you tell us about the place?
"Oh, of course. Well, we here at Cat's Grace are very welcoming. And of course, our tables are just as welcoming at providing you the most of entertainment that you could possibly comprehend. From tables, and he pauses for a second and kind of looks between you guys. It kind of seems like he's kind of sizing everybody up. Hmm. We have cards. We have tables. We have three dragon ante. Dice, we have that too. Whatever is your flavor, we provide. Welcome. What is your flavor of fun?
Well, all sorts of things, honestly. And speaking of flavors, is there a place that we could get drinks?
Of
Couldn't agree
course,
more.
we do provide alcoholic beverages for all of our customers, and mm, hopefully, and he does kind of leans in and does like a little. He does like it's a very professional wink, so it's kind of like this guy has done this so many times, and it almost feels just almost robotic in a sense, but it's clearly a person that's just doing their job. They've just done it for so long. Um,
It's just all rehearsed.
yeah, he's got all the lines ready to roll. Um, Yes, alcoholic beverages. From strong to weak, we have you covered. You like flavor, we have it available.
Well, I, where can we go to get some libations?
He gestures with a wide arm, like arcing from like his chest outward. Simply enter. Your fantasy awaits, and treasures, riches abound. And you
He's like
realize
kind of
it's like the reception desk and like the wall behind him, but there's like walkways that think of like I guess sort of like a movie theater, I guess. It's like there's a reception desk and you can just kind of walk around and it seems like it
mm,
opens up and just from where you are, you can hear like some kind of like bells ringing, um just all sorts of like ding noises, like ding 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 and stuff like that. Like whatever it is behind there is hopping.
at the mention of free drinks. Zed's gonna lean into Sorry and be like, "I heard about this sort of thing.
Oh my god, me too. That's great. Let's
Keep it cool,
go.
keep it cool, keep it cool. Act normal." Well, great. Hey, do you have any might be an odd question, slightly specific, but do you have any sort of games that have to do with or maybe named after stars or the moon, just by any chance?
Hmm. We do not. I suppose if you would consider Three Dragon Ante, but no, that's not specific to stars or moons. They are dragons. By the way, and he looks directly at Zed. I love your scarf.
Oh, I thank you.
Is it 100% authentic? It looks so lifelike.
Oh, it's the most authentic, I assure you.
Oh, it is
So
wonderful.
very authentic.
And then he'll look
He's gonna
to. Oh, go ahead.
he's gonna kind of um like pat the scarf and kind of rub it a little bit, as if he's feeling the fabric or texture, but he's really just kind of like petting little one.
Yeah, yeah. And then he's gonna look to Neavara. Ah, nobility, royalty. Hmm. We definitely have perfect tables for those who partake of the higher brow. Also, your choice of attire is ravenously fashionable.
She puts a little hand over her chest daintily, like, why, thank you. Aren't you a flatterer?
What can I say? They hire me for a reason, and I have an eye, and he points to his eye, for fashion.
I see.
And then he's gonna look to Sorry. Ah, I see you are of the warrior's touch. Ah, you might like a little more, and twirls his fingers, more competition. Hmm?
Oh,
Also, I love
you've
your
got
hair.
games. Well, thank you.
It's wonderful. Do you use Poosham?
I don't use poo sham on my. What's he talking about? I don't use
Oh,
any poo sham on my hair.
oh, sorry. The locals call it shampoo. I get it mixed up from time to time. They say it makes your hair the most luxurious, full, and gorgeous. And he's just like staring directly at your hair.
I don't use anything, thank you. I just wash it in the stream when I need to. What's he on about?
He gasps, like he audibly inhales. Your hair is that perfect without assistance of product? My word, my lady.
My
You,
lady.
this is your
Oh, he's
place to
so.
be.
But wait, you're saying you've got games like competition,
Yes.
like oh really, like real. Oh, oh, I thought it
Do
was
you
like
like to
cards
gamble
and
with other individuals? We have tables for you.
no. I mean, you said competition. Do you? Yeah, like we got in a. You got a ring where we can do some wrestling, or you got some kind of physical competition like athletics.
Oh, no, no, that would be the arena.
Oh, okay.
We are a
Oh,
we are a gambling and fun producer to the community.
wait. You've got an arena in this town where you can compete.
Indeed.
Oh, geez.
And might I say, we here at the Cat's Grace do partake of funding some individuals in the arena. After all, it is, and he smiles wide, gambling.
That seems to be a favorite word around here, I guess. Right. Okay. Well, thanks for all the information. I appreciate it. Um. Okay then.
Indeed, my lady. And he does like a
Oh, he
deep bow.
keeps calling me that. I'm not anybody's lady. Please stop it. You're embarrassing me.
Oh my, it was definitely not intended to embarrass you. But what can I say? Your beauty pales in comparison to anything in these parts. And he kind of slowly gestures towards like the door, one of the, the side walkways. And then he looks to Veldrin. Ah, greetings, sir. I see you've already taken of some libations of our lovely city. What would be your flavor of entertainment? Also, also. So what's Veldrin wearing right now?
Like his coat is what the guy would see.
Okay.
What's your
Oh,
coat look like?
Fancy coat.
I see
Fancy
you
coat.
also have a flair for fashion. How wonderful. I love it. Is that 100% pure Buttafuoco fiber?
Sure, but huh?
You are clearly speaking a language that I am so meager that I cannot even comprehend. But there is a language that we both can speak. That is fun, gambling, and alcohol. And he gestures towards, the walkway. Merely within all of your fingertips, and a few steps away, paradise. The cat's grace. And he does like another deep bow, like rotating his hand, in front under his chest. Like you get the feeling that this is like the treatment that somebody like Kozik would be getting in like a royal fucking like a like a royal meeting. You're just like, so this is what it's like to feel like a noble. So do y'all's go in?
Yep. Navarre
How
is
about we
going to lead them to the
can,
game of Three Dragon Ante.
can we do that next time?
Oh yeah, I was gonna.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry,
Okay.
I'm watching the time. Don't panic.
Okay. I'm just tired.
Three
'Cause
Dragon Ante. And she's sitting down all innocent, like, oh, you're gonna have to explain the rules to me. I'm new to this whole thing.
All right, so
I'll
Niavar's
just
doing
watch.
cards. What's Sari gonna be doing?
She's gonna watch.
All right, gonna watch
She's
some
not so
cards.
sure. She hasn't really done a lot of this. She's done a little cards out, out in the outback, but not really. She's kind of just gonna watch everything for a little while and see how it all works.
And I imagine Veldrin's just gonna stumble in, not with no real intent.
Yep. He might sit down at the
Yep.
table. Who's to say? Somebody pushes him down in the seat. There he is.
And where's Zed gonna go? So imagine like a casino with all the options, like the roulette tables, the three dragon ante. So you know, not quite poker, but like a D&D equivalent of like one of the card games, dice games, all the above.
Yeah, I think for now Zed's not really rushing anything. He's gonna stick with the group and um see where we go. He might sit down at the same table with Inanna, or he might just watch at first just to kind of see how things go.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna back in on it while she plays.
All right. So you go and take a seat. Like, Inanna would go in and take a seat and be like, "Can you explain the rules to me?" And there's two other elves there. No, it'd be three. Three other elves there. And a dealer. And he will go into describing how the game plays and basically try to explain it to a new person. And the dealer themselves is also an elf. Um, Elves don't need to sleep much, so they get to gamble longer. Um, so yeah, you're basically at a table with four elves and one dealer who's also elf. So it's just a bunch of elves at the table right now. And as they explain it to you, we draw the curtains close and wrap up the session. So we get to start off with gambling next time.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Yay.
fun.
Mhm.
That's totally fun.
Yeah, see you guys all next week then. Thanks for the session, Cubed.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
fun. Thanks, Cubed.
GG.
I'll take care.
We know it.
All right, see everybody
Bye.
next week. Bye.
All right. So, with that being said, that's where we're gonna wrap up the session. Oh, that was neat. Oof. Ow. Moving hurts sometimes. So I believe the previous session should be up on the Ubel's tools. Yeah. So for those of you on the Ubel's tools that may be watching this, we do this every Tuesday at 7:30/7:40 Pacific, pending everybody makes it on time and things work. But we do this over on Twitch, Twitch TV/cubed222. So if you are ever inquiring of D&D on Tuesdays, that's when we play. And this one's been going on for over 2 years now. 2.5. I think we're getting to 3 years. And yeah, but usually I do variety of stuff. I do variety streams, sometimes roleplay. But yeah, usually I stream Monday through Friday. Tuesdays being the sort of off schedule, but those days I stream at 6 o'clock Pacific. So, and I don't stream on weekends because weekends are my ability to get other things done. So with that, I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, or whatever it is in between for you. And I suppose I will catch you next time, whenever next time it may come to fruition. And primarily tomorrow, 6 o'clock Pacific. Until then, have yourselves a good party on. Try not to lose all your money in the gambling. Lol. In the game. In the game. Specifying in the game. Okay. Alright. Have a good one, y'alls. Laters.